Okay, when you're at work, you miss everything, but things happen in life. I wasn't going to go live today, but how is everybody doing out in the atmosphere? How is your life? How is everything going? Let me know in the comment section. Tweet pack number one fan badge, Mr. Gifty Wifty. How are you doing? Smuggled Kitten in the house. I don't notice the name. Is that a name change? Let me know. Smuggled Kitten. You're a top fan. So the name has to be a change. We're gonna jump right into it. Hit the like, hit the share, all that great stuff. Turn on your notifications. I am sick and tired of the NFL at this point. So you mean to tell me when there's smoke, there's fire too? If you want to say there's no truth to this, there has to be some. When there's smoke, there's fire. So Eric Dickerson, Hall of Fame running back, Los Angeles Rams, first of all, is where you should know him. King of the neck roll, Eric Dickerson. He says that NFL teams were told not to draft one son of Deion Sanders. Mother, I don't know his mother's name. We're all going to say it. Shedeur Sanders they said, don't draft this guy. We are going to set an example. Excuse me. What are we doing here? NFL. Joe Thomas the GOAT. I am missing work because of sinus infection, ear infection, bronchitis. So my immunity is run by the Browns front office. I'm glad you're here. So that is from Eric Dickerson. I can tell you this much. I heard from someone that's in the NFL. They told teams, don't draft him. Do not draft him. We're going to make an example out of him. And this came from a very, very good source. So where there's smoke, there is fire. Now, for some people who don't believe this, they say this is buffoonery. It's false. I'm going to tell you this. I always said him dropping to the 5th round was not because of his football talents. If he went to the 2nd round, I'd say, okay, we have seen that before. We've seen Aaron Rodgers drop in people's mouth, drop to the floor. How can Aaron Rodgers drop so low? And then Aaron Rodgers made the league pay for it. But to go to the 5th round when you were being argued with Cam Ward, who's going 1, who's going 2, and now all the way to the 5th round, and you want me to believe it's because he's not good at football? No, I never believed it. But for it to go this far, wanting to be made an example, why? An example because of what? Because people don't like his father? Because he's what people say he's flashy? I am utterly, I can't take it anymore. It makes me want to throw up. If this is true, if it's 100% true, and I'm leaning towards it is. I'm leaning towards it is because there's no way this young man went to the 5th round if there wasn't some buffoonery going on in the background. And supposedly they said, Cleveland, don't draft him. Please do not draft this young man. We want to make him an example. I don't know. You tell me, how do you feel in the chat? This is getting out of hand, but I believe it. It's crazy work. So there is some people that believe it. Do you believe? Let me know. It's coming from Eric Dickerson. And I'm not going to say Eric Dickerson's a liar. He's going to have better sources than what I do. There's already people in Cleveland fan base world that's saying there's no way that he should be behind. I can't remember. Dylan Gabriel. I almost forgot his name that fast. That he should be behind Dylan Gabriel getting no first team reps. They already are calling conspiracy by Cleveland. What are we doing here? No first team reps. And then this comes out. You are throwing gas on a fire. When there's cheese, there's a rat running around. When there's glue, there's a stick. When there's lightning, there's thunder. When there's pepperoni pizza, there's me. Wait a minute. That last one wasn't supposed to go. um, that's some sick there destroying the shield. What up, Lovey Marie? I feel someone got rich betting against the odds in Vegas and online. Hit the likes when you come in. Greatly appreciated. This is nasty work. If it's true, I don't know because I wasn't there. I don't have any sources. I'm not one of these people on the camera saying listen, I talked to one of my sources. And I don't have any. Okay. For whatever it is, true or not, it is so unfair and kind of inhumane for someone to be going through all of this. And I do feel bad for Shedeur Sanders. And I'm going to tell you why. I don't know Shedeur Sanders, never met him, never had a conversation with him. But from everything I've seen since he's joined my favorite football team, he seems like one of the nicest people in the world. Praises God. He's great in every single interview that he does. AAA over in the Patreon, our Patreon Discord made a very good point. If you compare his interview after his speeding ticket to Myles Garrett's interview, it's night and day. You would think that Shedeur Sanders is the veteran on the team compared to Myles Garrett based on how they handled the interview. But yet, this guy seems like he's getting held back for whatever the reason is. We can make the excuses he's not good enough. I don't believe it. We can make the excuses that he's not processing, so that's why he's fourth string. When I see stories like this come out right now, it makes me root for him even more. I know I'm supposed to be non-biased. I'm supposed to root for everybody on my team to succeed equally. But when crap like this comes out, it makes me root even more for Shedeur. And that rhymed. That rhymed. Joe Flacco's not playing all 17 games. You can't say that while I'm eating pepperoni pizza. Now I'm scared. Yep, he's just a good kid. I appreciate you. Everybody that's in here, hit the like, hit the shares, all that great stuff. We have a game tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't know, last preseason game for the Cleveland Browns. Do you think this is the last time we will see Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel take the field this NFL season? Because we know Joe Flacco is the starting quarterback. Let me know in the chat. Actually, Lovey Marie, this is for you. This is for you. No, not Q&A. This is for you, Lovey Marie. Because, I love you, Lovey Marie. This is for you. Will this be the last time Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel play this season? Vote right now, ladies and gentlemen. Vote. Will this be the last time that they play this season tomorrow against the Los Angeles Rams? We all know Joe Flacco was the starter. For some reason, Kenny Pickett is still on the team, and he is the de facto backup quarterback. But I also find it very strange that people are willing to accept and believe the words of anonymous sources over the draft process, but wouldn't believe anything else. It's kind of disingenuous. Boomer Esiason also said the company can't, same thing, but people just say it's so far-fetched. Listen, I will say this. You have a point there. But I always say, if you have a legend saying he has a source telling him, I'm going to believe it because I don't have any sources at all to tell me anything. And I was already saying that I don't believe he dropped in the 5th round because of his football talent. I didn't believe it. I don't think there was one person out there that believed going into the draft, you know what? Shedeur Sanders, I think he's going to be a 5th round pick. He's just not that good. I don't believe anybody was saying that. And if they were, they right now right now should start or should be on someone's draft scouting team because they called it right on the nose. But nobody was saying that going into the draft. At least, worst, maybe second round pick. Nobody said, fifth rounder at best. That's why when something like this comes out, I'm like, I don't think it's too far-fetched. What up? I love Pugs. I honestly don't mind him sitting for a while, but the draft process was definitely not ideal for him. Tweet Pat, thank you, Mr. Gifty Wifty. You never fail. Eating pepperoni pizza and giving out gifty wifties. Hit the likes as you come in. All donations help the stream. Gifted memberships help the streams. It keeps us running. Helps us with giveaways during the season. All Patreon members greatly appreciate you as well. Helps us continue to grow. Jay Epps, I don't think he's here, but he just got a gifted membership. Now that's the case, then the Browns is really through. I got DG playing 5 games. Shedeur playing 7. One of them plays later this season, if not both. And I'm talking about starting because Joe might have one of those knick-knack injuries. He dropped because people thought he would be too flashy like his dad, but he showed that he's more humble than people thought in his game, in my opinion, at least. What round did Deion Sanders get drafted? Does anybody know? Off top of their head, you don't have to go look, but off top of your head, do you know what round Deion got drafted? Does anybody know off top of their head from Florida State? Because he was pretty flashy. Now I know there's not social media and all that, so I know that the time periods are different. I just wonder, does anybody know what round he got drafted? Because Deion that dude was a show. But to me, greatest cornerback of all time. Just my humble opinion. First round, thank you. He was a dog, a D-A-W-G. Do you generally believe they will be developing him the proper way he needs when most Browns journalists have said he isn't the coach's choice and it's still up in the air who actually drafted him? I don't know how to say your name, man. Biolu Watt Tyfe? I probably butchered it. I'm terrible at names, but I don't. And here's why. I don't think they're giving him a fair shot. You could say I'm waving Shedeur's pom-poms, and that's fine. But I think he's better than Dillon Gabriel. That's just me. And without giving him any snaps with the first team, you're already not giving him a chance to develop. Sticking him with the third and the fourth team, that's just my personal opinion. And like you just said, if he wasn't their choice to begin with, which he's not, it shows. They chose Dillon Gabriel first in the 3rd round. They're going to stick with their guy because they want to prove, hey, Dillon is our guy. We're going to give him every opportunity to succeed. He gets the first team reps. He gets to play with the first team. The second team tomorrow. We're going to show you why we drafted him. He's our guy. So I don't believe, at least right now, he is getting put in the proper positions to succeed at this rate. Now, they're seeing more than what I see, though. I'm not at practice. So am I saying I'm right? No. It's just my opinion. Is my opinion right? Doesn't mean that it is. But I want to see him get the chances that Dillon is getting. Put him with the first team line. Hell, put him with the second team line. Not the 4th string and the 3rd string line. I don't want to see that. 1st round, 5th pick. Thank you, John. All I know is he wouldn't let anybody by the Falcons draft him. 100% better than DG with higher upside. Then how do they expect him to sometime play well during the season? That's weird. I don't know. And, here's the thing with that. He would have to somehow jump DG to play during the regular season. How does that happen? How? Somebody let me know that. Hit the likes when you come in. Will be greatly appreciated. We're talking about, obviously, Shedeur Sanders. In the news that came out, the NFL said, hey, don't draft this young man. Don't do it. Is it true? Is it not true? We don't know. But where there's smoke, there's fire. That's what I've been told. When there's lightning, there's thunder. When there's pepperoni pizza, there's tweak pat. Dylan Frank Tarkenton Gabriel, is that what he's called? Is that his new nickname? This is kind of a setup to be a lose-lose situation. If Midget Gabriel plays in the season and throws hella picks in his first game, then SS12 plays. I will tell you this. Joe Flacco is loved in Cleveland. So I don't think Joe Flacco will be booed. I don't think that will happen. Because Joe Flacco, he proved that he can win games in the NFL. He had that 6-game stretch, whatever it was, where it was love Flacco, love Flacco. Dylan doesn't have that. Dylan doesn't have a jersey on the NFL shop. Shedeur Sanders is the face of the NFL shop, the 4th-string quarterback. Let that sink in for the Browns. I'll tell you this. If Dylan Gabriel, let's say he goes in for Joe Flacco, he throws a couple of picks, you're going to start hearing some boos because they're going to want to see Shedeur Sanders. You can bet on that. They won't boo Joe Flacco. They love Joe Flacco. They will boo Dylan Gabriel if that was the scenario to happen that the Pebble threw out there. They won't boo Joe Flacco. They will boo Dylan Gabriel with Shedeur Sanders waiting in the wings. I'll tell you that. I always forget to like the stream when I join, but don't worry. As soon as you say, remember to like it, I like it. Thank you. Appreciate the likes as a free way to support the stream. Donations help a lot. Gifty Wifties help a lot, but likes helps the algorithm. So please hit the like. It would be greatly appreciated. Please, please, please. Thank you. Now Flacco, my dude, he's cool. Remember Roman Gabriel for the Rams in the 70s? I do not, Jacob. I do not. I didn't get to watch football in the 70s, unfortunately. Waited to the 5th to bring in a guy with character issues, in quotations, but gave a guy who quit on his team. Now, I wouldn't say, listen, I don't say ripping up your Achilles as quitting. I won't give you that one, but he did get $230 million. And they did let go my favorite player. I agree with every one of your things, except he didn't quit. He got hurt and he sucked, but he didn't quit. Dylan's just mediocre. Honestly, even if DG plays well, he will still get booed. You might be right. So we're going to do another poll. We're going to end this one. Lovey Marie, did you vote on this poll? So you're saying 77%, only 9 of you voted? What is going on? What do you mean? You 9? Only 9 of you. Come on, guys. He did not quit on this team, but yeah, Chubb. Wait a minute. Are you saying Nick Chubb sucked? Or are you saying it sucked they let go of Nick Chubb? Wait a minute. Hold on. Don't make me box you. I love Paul. What do you mean? You mean Chubb sucked? Or are you saying that Chubb, they let him go? Let me give you a second. Which one? Oh, sucked to lose him. Okay. Woo, man. Well, I don't know, but he did win a ring with the Eagles. Kenny Pickett, man. So, do you believe Eric Dickerson, or do you think he is lying? What side are you on with this Shedeur, the NFL saying not to draft him? Do you think he's lying? Do you think his source is lying? Or do you believe him? Do you believe something was fishy and that's why he went pick 144 to the Cleveland Browns? Let me know. I would put up a poll, but you guys don't like participating in my beautiful polls. Only 9 of you participated. My feelings are hurt. He refused to play for Houston. Released Chubb. Now they're looking for an RB. Jojo Boyd, tell me about it. You released a franchise running back, and now you're looking for a running back. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. This whole franchise don't make sense, Jojo. He didn't do nothing on the Eagles. Come on. That ring means absolutely nothing. No one. Most people have said that DG was selected to be a backup and select their franchise QB next year. Who selects a backup in the 3rd round? What up, Aaron, man? Something was off, but hey, we got him in the 5th round. So you believe it. You believe it. Listen. I am not one to call somebody a liar. I'm not going to call Eric Dickerson a liar. I believe when there's smoke, there's fire. So I am believing Eric Dickerson. I never believed that Shedeur Sanders was so bad he would go into the 5th round. Did Kozar win one in Dallas? I don't know. Their last Super Bowl, wasn't it 95 against Pittsburgh? Dallas? You can fact check me. I'm not quite sure. I think it was against Dallas. The year, I'm guessing. I'm guessing the year. Somebody can fact check me on that. I'm guessing the year. I'm not sure. Totally guessing the year. Something was off. I read that one. Did I miss anything? At this point, it honestly doesn't matter. I just see it as his destiny. But it does matter, though. It does. Here's why it matters. Here's why. And I'm going to tell you why it matters. Because you're messing with somebody's future in the NFL. This is why it matters. Because right now, what up, Django? What year was Super Bowl 30? Was it against Pittsburgh, Django? My God, Django, where have you been? Where have you been, Django? How you doing, man? Here's why it matters. You're messing with somebody's future. Right now, he is buried on the depth chart at number 4 quarterback, behind an average quarterback in Kenny Pickett, and somebody I believe he's better than Dylan Gabriel, and then a 40-year-old in Joe Flacco, who I think, we can say he's better than Shedeur Sanders, and that's fine. If none of this happened, he could be on the New Orleans Saints and probably starting because he's better than every quarterback that they have. Or he could at least be a 2nd-string quarterback somewhere. If this is true, so this is why it matters. You're messing with somebody's future. Now, but like you said, you could play it off and go, hey, I'm going to defeat all the odds that are thrown against me. And I am going to make every single team that passed up on me stupid. Look stupid. I'm sorry. Look dumb. Look like complete idiots. And this team has me 4th. Cool. Okay. You're going to make that look dumb too. I'm better than every quarterback that's ahead of me. So he can make everybody look dumb. And then on his next contract, ball out. Did they play Pittsburgh is what I'm asking, Django. That's what I meant to ask. Was it Pittsburgh who they beat? Sanders got a great attitude. Nothing bothers him. His day will come. Thank you. Yeah, so I was right, Django. So I was wrong on the year. It was 96, not 95, but I had the opponent right, Pittsburgh. That's a long time ago. Was Kozar on that team? That's what the commenter was asking. Was Kozar on that team? Read this morning, Pickett headed to Vikings possibly. JoJo, don't get me excited, JoJo. TMI. Don't get me excited. Don't get me excited, JoJo. I just want Shedeur Sanders to get a fair chance on the Cleveland Browns, my favorite team. I believe, and people may not agree with this, I believe he can be a franchise superstar. Not a star, a superstar. You only seen one game in Carolina. What are you talking about? The man is the front cover of the NFL Shops page for the Browns as a fourth string quarterback. That's the definition of a superstar waiting to be born. He has to be given a chance. Watch his interviews. Watch what he's doing in the community. The Browns have a superstar waiting to be born. You have to give him a chance. A chance. You got to give him one. They are spoon-feeding Dylan Gabriel for whatever reason. I don't see a superstar in Dylan Gabriel. I just don't see it. I don't see one in Kenny Pickett. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Maybe Kenny Pickett is a superstar. Maybe he is. Maybe it's dying to come out, but I don't see it. But he has superstar written all over him in this day and age. He's already got the social media game down pack. Check. He's already jersey sales off the charts. Check. He is the face of the NFL shop. Not Myles Garrett. No. Not Denzel Ward. No. Shedeur. Check. Now, he just has to do it on the field. He has to be given the chance. That's not checked yet. You see, I didn't do check because he has to prove it on the field, but he has to be given a chance. I don't remember, but I do remember that was the year Rod Woodson came back. Okay. He ain't Brady. Okay, wait a minute. Brady's an NFL Hall of Famer and the GOAT. I didn't say Hall of Famer GOAT. I said superstar. There's a difference between being a superstar franchise quarterback and GOAT. That's a total different atmosphere. We can't go from wanting to be a superstar and comparing him to the greatest quarterback of all time. Baby steps. Baby steps. And when Brady was on New England, nobody thought he would be what he is now. So you actually kind of proved my point for me. Nobody thought Brady was going to be what he is now when he was behind Drew Bledsoe. Nobody. And now look what happened to him. So you kind of made my point for me. Thank you for making that. Thank you. Look what he could be. And I'm not saying he's going to be Tom Brady, but he could be a superstar if we give him a freaking chance. Gabriel was playing well until the pick six and the fumble. Look at how that sentence ended. The pick six and the fumble. He was doing pretty good, though, until that point. Let Kenny shine in New Orleans. What number do you think our two number one picks will be next year? And if Sanders shined, we might be Great Hall for the highest pick on draft day. You know, my dream scenario, chat, hit the like if you haven't already. Like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, share, be greatly appreciated. My dream scenario, if me, a Browns fan, could have it my way, Shedeur Sanders shows enough to prove he could be the quarterback. We could take those two picks. Jacksonville is an absolute dumpster fire. And we could find a way to leverage those picks to get a high pick in 2027. You know where I'm going with this, right? In 2027. And we land Jeremiah Smith. That's my dream goal. We find a way to get a high pick in 2027. That means we get somebody sorry. We get their pick in 2027. We're not looking for quarterbacks anymore. Sanders is the guy. We get Jeremiah Smith in 2027. And we are set for a decade plus with a number one wide receiver in Jeremiah Smith, a quarterback in Shedeur Sanders, and then we can just build from there. That's my grand scenario. Will it happen? Probably not. But that's what I want. That's what I need. Injected into my veins. Shedeur will get a chance. I think there may be a conflict of interest as DG's former coach is a close friend of Kevin. Is he? Ew. That sucks. We need that safety from Ohio State. Oh, Caleb Downs. Listen, I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad. He's great. I've never been so excited for our future, but I probably believe in Shedeur way too much. I think people forget Brady was a 6th-round pick, backup. He was. People forget that. If Drew Bledsoe doesn't get his clock clean, the story of Brady never happens. Keep Sanders as an underdog. It's just going to hurt that much more when he blows up. Listen, Brian. I can't take the underdog story for too long. I want to see him play. Brady's also a mentor of Shedeur. Brook Park Browns. Yeah. LA Knight. Are people going to be that sad when the dome is built? Because I'm happy. I can't wait. I think it's very weird that people bring up Arch Manning. He has not played a full season. What do you see right now? You know what, Bio? I don't get it. I understand. Listen, I get why people drool over him. He's a Manning. So already he's going to be good. I get it. But to leverage an entire season for a quarterback who you never know what can happen throughout a college football season. You just never know what can happen. There's no guarantees. I don't get that part of it. I just don't. That's my dream to draft the best weapons around our franchise QB and completely transform the offense. That's the dream, right? That's the dream. Stop hoping for a quarterback in the draft and let's get weapons, build the line for the quarterback we already have. Agreed on leveraging a whole season. I never got that part. I never did. Hit the likes when you come through. If you're just coming in, if you're just joining the show, and if you haven't heard, NFL teams were told, do not draft Shedeur Sanders. You will regret it for the rest of your life. I don't know if it was told that way. I don't know the tone that it was said, but that's what Eric Dickerson has said to the world that his sources told him. And that kind of makes sense on the steady drop that happened to Shedeur Sanders. Now, you can choose to believe it. You can choose not to believe it. But that is what happened. That philosophy worked for Philly, and look where they are now. What, build? Yeah. They got Jalen Hurts. Look at the team. Not a dome person, but that glass roof looks pretty awesome. Can't wait to see what it looks like in the heavy snow. I have to apologize to the people. I thought people was going crazy for Shedeur until I saw this posted today. I thought maybe he was all hype, but now the truth is out. Shedeur Sanders, ladies and gentlemen, I never got why people just don't like a person for no reason. Whether it's Shedeur Sanders, I'm trying to think of somebody else who people just don't like for no reason. I can't think of anybody right now because Shedeur Sanders just comes to mind right now. Just don't like somebody for no reason because somebody told them to. I don't get it. Just because they don't draft him don't mean they got to listen, but he will have the last laugh. Telling people not to draft him after overhyping him is crazy. Let's pray for Shedeur is bigger than the NFL. We have a generational franchise QB. I hope they decide on a retractable dome. Haslam seemed to go against what the NFL wants. A retractable dome. Interesting. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But I will say this when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. I think he has a fan base a heavy fan base that is going to ride for him no matter what. The good, the bad, and the indifferent. And he is going to gain new fans based off of his humble attitude. You can see it in every interview that he does. Coming into the season, I was like, you know what? I don't care. It is what it is. I just want my team to win. That was coming into the season. I really didn't watch Colorado like that. When they were on, I watched it. But as I have, is my video messing up? Let me know. If my video is messing up, we may have to end the stream prematurely. But as I watch him day by day, interview by interview, I am like, I see why people love this young man. I can see it now. Vibrant, radiant, humble. I get it. I know people I don't like the celebration. I don't like all that. I love it. I love celebrating. When you get in the end zone, you deserve to celebrate because you may not make it there again. I did buffer, but I'm good now. Yeah, my thing is still saying I'm buffering, so I'm kind of nervous. Let me know if the video is still good. It's saying I'm buffering on my YouTube notifications here. So hopefully I'm still good. My OBS doesn't say I'm buffering, but my YouTube is saying it. So if I'm buffering, let me know. Thanks to Pebble. So let me know, please, because OB says I'm fine, but my YouTube says I'm not. So I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to believe. And I can make a song out of it too. Multi-talented. So one guy says this and you all jump on the gospel. No, it's not I'm jumping on the gospel. People have thought about it. People have hinted at it, but they weren't the caliber of an Eric Dickerson or Hall of Fame NFL player. Once you have a little bit of gravitas to your name, then it means something, right? People have hinted at it, but they were nobodies. So nobody cared. But who cares? Who are you? Right? Nobody cared. You're nobody, whatever. When you're a Hall of Famer and you have a name, so it carries more weight. Now we're like, okay, now it makes sense. First round to fifth round. I'm not tripping. So we're not jumping to it. It's just that his name matters. When Joe Johnson from UDF says it, nobody cares. They're like, who cares what Joe says? But Eric Dickerson, Hall of Famer, and he has sources. Now we're like, okay, first round pick, fifth round pick makes a little sense because it's not his football why he fell. Nobody thought the man who they were arguing with, Cam Ward, all of a sudden, he's the worst quarterback in the draft. Doesn't make sense. All good on your end? All good to hear? Buffered once? Okay. So YouTube is trying to scare me. Big words. Retractable roofs look cool. Will there be a watch party? Of course there's a watch party tomorrow. 1 o'clock. We'll be here for maybe the last game for Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel this season. Maybe, just maybe. Hopefully not, though. So do y'all know Shedeur's our only way to a Super Bowl? There is no way to a Super Bowl this year, New Trucker Marv. Have you seen the Browns' schedule? They're not winning a Super Bowl no matter who's at quarterback. Joe Flacco, Shedeur Sanders, Dillon Gabriel, Joe Montana, Steve Young. Doesn't matter. Tom Brady can't win a Super Bowl with this team with that schedule. The NFL didn't do the Browns any justice with that schedule. Holy crap. They hate us. You'll be here? Hopefully you'll all be here. We're going to have some fun tomorrow against the Rams. I don't know if the Rams are playing their starters. I know the Browns are playing their starters on offense at least 20 to 25 snaps. They announced it. So we'll see how long the Rams are going to play their starters. They're a favorite to only win 5 games. At minimum, Shedeur was a mid-second round pick. This has nothing to do with his talent and everything to do with what his dad was saying prior to the draft. Rams are playing nobody. Great. So more pressure on Joe Flacco. I'm going to tell you this, Joe. If you don't go down in your first draft, I'm talking draft. If you don't go down in your first drive and score a touchdown on the Rams nobodies, we're going to have problems, Joe. Say it ain't so, Joe. Thank you, cousin, for see, there's my inside sources, my cousin. My sources tell me the Rams play nobody. See, I got sources too, Eric Dickerson. Again, if I see Miles out there, I'm like, listen, Myles Garrett better not be, I don't even want to see him on the sideline, okay? We don't need to see him close to the field. He needs to take his car away from him too. Take his car away from him too, okay? He doesn't need to drive, all right? Myles needs a personal driver at this point in his career. Take his car and don't have him on the sideline either. I'm with you, I love Pugs. Be here also tomorrow. He definitely has a name that's Deion's son. His name is Shedeur. He has outgrown Deion's name at this point. Don't take my word on the sound. I ate 2 gummies today. Oh, what kind of gummies? Does Joe throw a pick 6? No, not in the preseason. Playing nobodies. Joe Flacco does not throw a pick 6. Joe Flacco is going to go down the field and get 7. Mark my words. Playing a bunch of nobodies. Joe Flacco is going to look like Joe Montana tomorrow. Okay? Mark my words. The Browns have a driver. He needs a driver for the rest of his entire life. I am tired of him getting speeding tickets. But that's going to be it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to say this, whether you believe it or not, remember this for the rest of your life, okay? You cannot believe the story. You can believe the story. I can't tell you what to believe because I am not right all the time. I'm a man with an opinion. But Patreon members, I thank you so much for always supporting. YouTube members, thank you for always supporting. And for everybody that came in the stream, gave a like, thank you. Tweak Pat, thank you for the gifty wifty. Everybody who made a comment, thank you. But I want you to remember this. When there's smoke, there's fire. When there's lightning, there's thunder. When there's rain, there's an umbrella. So the story has legs. And when there's pepperoni pizza, there's Tweak Pat lingering around. Until next time, I'll see you tomorrow. It's next time, 1 o'clock. It's all love. Peace.